I'm Patty Christie. I'm the principal of Rhodes Junior High School. You know, we've been trying to figure out ways to accommodate kids the best way we know how, and I came to Rhodes thinking to myself, how can we benefit students? What is it that's keeping kids from being successful in our schools? In talking with the leadership team, they said, you know what, it's really about time. When you have 48 minutes, 6 times a day, that doesn't necessarily mean that students get the best education. So I said, well, let's take time out as an issue. We'll figure out a way that we can assign students to a team of teachers and have the team of teachers decide how time should be spent. So we decided that that was the route we wanted to go, but we really needed to talk to the board about this kind of thing because it's restructuring how you think about school in that it isn't going to be bells, it's going to be teams of teachers personalizing learning for students. So we went to the board, they approved it, and we're moving forward, and it's very exciting. So it's the first day of school, and it's pretty amazing the changes that have occurred over the last 6 months since bringing these teachers together to create Rhodes to Success. They have gone through quite a transformation. Teachers that didn't really know what this was going to look like or how students were going to be held accountable. All of those questions have come up in the last 6 months, and they've been diligently working through this process. I've been kind of standoffish during the process. You know, I don't want to be guiding them to a certain way of doing things, of doing business. So in the very beginning, I provided them with some resources. They've been doing a book study together. They've been planning together. They've been doing team building together, and I've been a part of that. But as soon as the summer started rolling around and they were actually getting to the nitty-gritty of planning, I pulled out of that because I want them to own this.
No, you can't. And maybe we're overthinking the fact that we can't come up with what's going to be an animal or
We're discussing how to identify the students that would most benefit from this new program. And we're discussing how do we go beyond what the student looks like on paper and really identify students on a case-by-case basis. So we're discussing both qualitative and quantitative data that we would need. We're discussing mostly as 8th grade teachers the need for teacher input, and so that we can work on an individual basis and know kids for who they really are and not just what they look like on paper.
We did go to High Tech High in June so that we could get a feel for what something like this would look like. But I have to say, I think even our program is turning out different than that. You know, they have put their own spin on it. In the process of doing this, they've had to learn how to work as a team and problem solve. There are 2 teachers that are team leaders. There's one for 7th grade and one for 8th grade. And they've taken on kind of like a pseudo-administrative job where they're helping teachers make sure that they solve problems without hurting each other's feelings and getting mad and those types of things. That's the natural part of working in teams, that people clash or they've got different ideas about what they should be doing. We have a plan for the first few days of school. So the teachers meet them at the opening of the hallway and help them find the right classroom for their kind of their home room that they're going to be with. And in that home room, they're covering some of the basic rules of the school. They're seeing their student planner. They're taking tours of the school. And all of this is part of our intent to create a sense of community.
So there's a lot of differences this year in teaching and with the students. What we've been doing is flexible scheduling. And so the students have been able to pick what classes they need to go to. So if they need more math help, they've been able to sign up with me. I feel like the kids are more comfortable. They're able to ask for help. They're not worried because they understand that this is a safe place.
It does give you more time since you do not follow the bell schedule and you only have like 5 rotations, and you get more time on what you need help with.
Everything is different in RTS, in my opinion, as far as teaching and as far as student interactions. It is more project-based learning and collaborative. The students really have to work together and they have to communicate more with their teachers, which I've really appreciated.
We do a lot of project-based learning by we mix a lot of subjects like science and math. We did a project and Dia de los Muertos back in October, and we did one and it was really fun. They mixed it with a lot of social studies and English, and they mixed it so you have time to write your essay and learn about it in social studies. So you have 2 parts of the essay and you just mix it.
It forces students to learn advocacy skills, which is something I've always tried to teach. It has made it different in the sense of just for teachers, how we teach is different and how we have to collaborate, and our communication with each other is completely different than a traditional setting.
In all actuality, it's not just the academics that we're trying to target, it's more of the soft skills as well. The fact that they can collaborate, the fact that they can talk in front of people, that they can problem solve together, and that takes team building.
You can find it. You heard? Okay.
This semester has been really exciting. We've got a lot of structures in place. The kids feel a little bit more comfortable with the changes that we've made from the traditional educational setting to this transformative setting that we've put in place. They're starting to thrive, they're starting to speak out, they're starting to advocate and really kind of take a part in building this structure that we want to build, which is really nice to see. Collaborating across teacher and student has been really nice. It gives the kids a sense of ownership. They feel like they have a vested role in this team, and they feel as though their contributions are important and valued. And so we see them taking on a leadership role, speaking up, speaking out for the program.
This semester has been an exciting time for us because we sort of worked through the hard kinks of getting kids where they need to be, teachers knowing how to communicate with one another. And we've been paying attention to data points like attendance for kids, what are their grades like, how is the discipline playing out. And that's been good for us to sort of have data points now to see how kids are performing in such a unique atmosphere. And we do see improvement in how they're doing, which is fantastic.
I'm super excited that it's going school-wide, and my position is also changing. So instead of just being the math teacher, I get to be an interventionist. So instead of working with 150 kids, I get to work with all 300 8th graders and see what ways I can help them and improve their education.
It gave me a reason to keep on trying because I felt confident of my work.
I got to meet a lot of people, make new friends, collaborate with them on working in projects.
I can't tell you how proud I am of our teachers and of Rhodes Junior High and of our community. Parents have been very supportive. The kids have been excited about being a part of the program. We're getting interest from some of the other schools in Mesa Public Schools and from outside of Mesa Public Schools. So I'm very proud of the fact that we're going down a road that's sort of unpaved. And in education, I think that's important right now. I'm excited about our future, and I'm excited about the new teachers that will be joining us, and I think it'll be a great year.